being the king of binge that I am, I watched all of the Defenders in one day, in one sitting. Well, pretty much in one sitting with like a 1 hour break towards the end. And you know what? I really enjoyed the show, man. I thought it was pretty good. We saw the four characters, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Daredevil, all come together to thwart an enemy that we've kind of been introduced to before, and they've kind of all been linked in the series in some way or another. Some characters from those shows returned, others didn't. We saw Misty Knight again, Madame Gao, for example, Colleen Wing. So it was quite good. It didn't have a massive scale, and I think that's something that people they didn't expect it not to have a massive scale. I think they expected it to be kind of an Avengers level, kind of in terms of scale. Whereas that's not gonna happen because it's TV. It's a TV show, so everything was much smaller. But it's what we've come to know as to the Netflix Marvel shows, is that they are quite small, but they're really well acted. They've got really good choreography, or in my opinion, most of the shows do anyway. There's one show that kind of had decent choreography, but the fight scenes weren't filmed that well, and that was Iron Fist. I enjoyed Danny Rand more in this show than in actual Iron Fist, and I think his fight scenes were much better. Although I'm not too keen on the style of martial arts that he uses. I don't know why. There's just something about it that kind of I just go. It just seems a bit weird to me. But no, it was really good seeing all those characters get together, having Jessica Jones and Luke Cage kind of like, hint towards what possible future they may have, and having them two talk about their past and like, not calling one another and all that kind of stuff. And the ending of the show is, I'm kind of in two minds about it, because if you end a show that way, it's very big. It's a very big ending, kind of a very emotional ending, and then to kind of pull that back at the last second, it's kind of like, okay, but how? We were told one thing, that thing happened, and now you're showing us that it didn't end the way we thought it ended. So, how? And they will go on to answer that. But yeah, I'm mostly happy with it. I mean, I've spoken a bit about, obviously, Danny fighting. I felt all of them teaming up together, having fights, was kind of really good. They're mostly quite distinct. There was actually a really good fight between Iron Fist and Daredevil. Daredevil pretty much owned that fight, and he pretty much kicked Danny's ass. But I don't mind kind of like Danny being the kind of naive young one, because everyone serves kind of like a different purpose and different personalities. So the fact that, although Danny is quite zen, he's also very naive and kind of always wants to see the good in people, and he's not quite the seasoned vet that the others are. I think it kind of makes him likable, but other people still seem to be annoyed by him. I don't know if that's just hate left over from Iron Fist and them being disappointed that they now automatically hate Danny Rand, but I don't know. The show's got pretty much a good reception from a lot of people. I've seen some media outlets not give it that much of a good reception. To be honest, with the way, like, how many superhero things there are on TV at the moment, and there's more to come as well with like the Runaways, Cloak and Dagger and stuff like that. I think some people who aren't comic book fans mostly, are experiencing a bit of the superhero fatigue, which I do think is a thing. But for someone like me, it's not a thing, because for me, the more the merrier. I mean, I can't watch everything, but I'm happy, to watch Luke Cage, The Defenders, Iron Fist and Jessica Jones. Like, looking forward to Jessica Jones season 2 as well. Looking forward to Luke Cage season 2. Looking forward to your next season of Daredevil as well. Like, bring it on again, you know what I mean? And I hope we get kind of another Defenders in, like, say, another 3 years or so to speak. All in all, I was satisfied. It was like eating a good meal and being satisfied, and it served its purpose. They did what they said they were setting out to do from the beginning. Again, really good actor. Sigourney Weaver, phenomenal in it. She kind of brought kind of a different feel to it, and her character is really good because they hint towards things with her. And at first you're kind of like, am I crazy? Is that what they're trying to say with it? Like, they don't outright say it, but there's things that they hint at that it just gets to a point where you go, okay, I know what's going on with them. They explain the hand much more, kind of like what the higher ups in the hand, and as to how there's like 5 main members and how they all operate and how they all know each other, and they're all connected to, like I said, to everything that's going on in all the other shows. They're connected to Kunlun as well, and so I think there's more to be revealed and there's more to be explored later on down the line. And yeah, I like that. I get that. It's like, you know, build it up, and that it's not like this happened and that was it, it's over. They're a team. They've got their, I don't know, a little base of operations or something like that. It's not like that. I think these characters are gonna go away and then come back. Maybe they'll pop up in each other's series at some point. If there's a need to, then I think it's perfectly fine to do that. If there's no need to, don't do it. And I hate this, oh, why didn't they call the Avengers? It's like, you don't know comics. There's like, you've got like your A-listers, and then you've got street level. These are street level heroes. They're not going to call the Avengers to deal with street level stuff going on. That's just, that just means that what's the point in the Defenders even existing? You know what I mean? If they're just going to get the Avengers to sort everything out. And that's also an argument that's like, if you apply that to comic books as well, there'd be no other stories. There'd just be Avengers, and that would be it, because they'd be solving everything. And that makes no sense, because you want to see different stories. Although it doesn't make sense that technically everyone comes together and goes away to do their own thing. It's like, if that didn't happen, there would only be like one comic. And that would be the Avengers. You know what I mean? That one comic would be the MCU, and that's dumb. The same applies to these shows as well. Yeah, it'd be great if like one team sorted everything out, but there'd be no other stories. So that's why they come together and go away. And that's why they didn't call the Avengers, because it's street level stuff. Simple. But like I said, all in all, a nice show. Good returning characters, a good story, which is a pretty simple story as well. But you're not quite sure as to how it's going to play out and as to what exactly everything means. And they kind of do make all the connections clear between the shows, so you do kind of get what's going on. And also the reason for everyone coming together is, to be fair, they did that pretty well, man. They could have really messed that up, but the way everyone came together, it made total sense. Like, oh, okay, so this person went to Jessica Jones for this reason, and blah blah blah, and and the way it all connects. So yeah, I liked it. I liked the Defenders. I thought it was pretty good. It satisfied me. 8 episodes was definitely the right amount of episodes, because I think any more and it would have just seemed dragged out. And they did have a pretty big finale as well. So yeah, well done to Marvel and Netflix, man. This whole idea of doing these, 4 shows and then doing the Defenders, that was a good idea. It could have gone horribly. It has mostly been a thumbs up from me for the shows that they've done. The only slight disappointment being Iron Fist, but other than that, everyone involved, give you a round of applause and bring on whatever next series you're going to do. And I hope they take it to the moon, you know what I mean, and just go even further with their storytelling. And I can't wait for the Punisher. I saw the Punisher teaser. Oh my gosh, like I think it's going to be so. I think it's going to be darker than Daredevil. I think that's my prediction, because the shots that they showed, like people taking like shotguns to the chest and all that, I think it's going to be really visceral, really brutal, and just dark stuff. I think this may be the darkest out of all of them. And I don't want the Punisher to join the Defenders. I think he should kind of stay on his own, do his own thing. You know what I mean? Maybe pop up, but I don't want him to actually join the team, so to speak, because I can't imagine him in that environment. And my camera's running out of battery. So I'm going to end this. Like, comment and subscribe, share, and I'll catch you on the next one.